Hello friends, I am Neeta Kulkarni and today we are going to discuss some basic concepts about optical fiber cable. We are going to see the internal structure, the basic elements in the optical fiber cable. So in this slide there is a diagram of optical fiber cable. So there are multiple optical fiber cables bundled in a single optical fiber cable. So when we say basically fiber and fiber cable, the difference is that the fiber consists of only core and cladding, whereas the optical fiber cable consists of the core cladding. It is surrounded by some protective coatings. That is the difference between optical fiber and optical fiber cable. So in this diagram, the structure of optical fiber cable it is shown. So the structure consists of the basic points are core. So the very internal element in the structure of fiber it is core, which is surrounded by cladding, and that is the basic point. And after that, based on the application of the fiber, the different protective layers are added. So first protective layer it is shown as a coating. So that is also called as the primary coating. So the cladding is surrounded by primary coating. Then the primary coating it is surrounded by strengthening material, which is used to strengthen the physical structure of the optical fiber cable, because the basic function of optical fiber cable is to protect the optical fiber in any external or situations. So if for example if there is sudden pressure from outside, or the optical fiber we have to use in a harmful environment, in that case, to protect the optical fibers, we are converting the optical fibers into optical fiber cable. So primary coating it is surrounded by the strengthening material, and the last protective layer which is used, that is indicated as a cable jacket. So this is the basic structure of optical fiber cable. Apart from this, there are different materials, or there are different protective layers which are added in the structure, but the basic elements required are core, innermost element, that is surrounded by cladding, and cladding it is surrounded by the primary coating. That is the basic structure of optical fiber cable. So here the picture it is shown, already we have studied how the light propagation takes place inside the fiber. So in the fiber there are two elements, core and cladding. The light propagation takes place only through the core. The light it is not allowed to enter into the cladding, that is shown in the diagram. Then that's why the optical fiber it is called as a waveguide. Waveguide means what? It is a structure which guides the wave to travel in a particular direction. So optical fiber cable it is guiding, or it is acting as a guiding medium which guides the voice, data or video to travel in a particular direction. That's why it is called as a guided medium for light propagation, or it is also called as a light waveguide. In the optical fiber, the light transmits through the process called as total internal reflection. So already based on this total internal reflection, a separate video it is added. So in that, the total internal reflection and other two cases of refraction and critical angle both are covered. So the light travels through the total internal reflection, so that it is not entering into the cladding, it is entering only through the core. Then next, classification of optical fiber, it is mainly classified as step index single mode fiber, step index multimode fiber, and graded index fibers. So there are different types of fibers based on the criteria which we are choosing for classification. But if we consider the refractive index of core as a classification criteria, based on that there are two types of optical fibers, single mode optical fiber and multimode optical fiber. So in single mode optical fiber, the light So if we consider the refractive index of core, there are two types, step index fiber and graded index fiber. Again in that both there are two subtypes, single mode fiber and the multi-mode fiber. So in step index fiber, the refractive index of core it is constant, and in graded index fiber the refractive index of core it is not constant, it is varying throughout the core. That is the difference in step index fiber and graded index fiber. So in the diagram, the propagation of light through step index fiber and graded index fiber it is shown. Again there are two subtypes of optical fibers, single mode fiber and multi-mode fiber. So single mode fiber means it allows the only one mode of light to transmit through the optical fiber, and multi-mode fiber means it is allowing the multiple modes of light to get transmitted through the optical fiber. That is the difference in single mode fiber and multi-mode fiber. If we see the comparison between the different types of fibers, few parameters we have to consider for the comparison. So in case of optical fiber, generally the core diameter it is around 8 micrometer, cladding diameter it is 125 micrometer, buffer that is nothing but the primary coating, that is around 250 micrometer, and jacket it is having the dimension as 400 micrometer. That is usually the dimensions for step index single mode fiber. So again it is shown in the diagram. Structure of cable it is more clear. Initial part core that is surrounded by cladding, that is surrounded by silicone coating, that is surrounded by buffer jacket. Again it is given protective layer of strengthening members, and last it is surrounded by outer jacket. So that is the structure. So which material or whatever material we are going to use for the coating structure, that materials should have the following parameters, or we can say that the following parameters related to cable are considered when we are going to select the particular material. So first material it is, or first property it is tensile strength. Tensile strength of the material should be good. Then crushing resistance should be proper. Protection from excess bending. So when we are going to use the optical fiber in practical application, obviously it is going to bend. So these protective layers should be able to protect the optical fibers from bending. So the next point is protection from excess bending. Then abrasion protection, anti-twist, twist should not be there in the process. Chemical protection. So all these parameters should be considered when you are going to select the material for optical fiber coating. So here we will see the specifications of the different types of the optical fibers. So single mode fiber if we consider, so in the diagram the mode propagation it is shown. So in diagram only it is shown that only one mode of light it is propagating. So the core diameter it is around 8 to 10 micrometer. It is having smaller diameter as compared with the multi-mode fiber. Core diameter is 8 to 10 micrometer. It is smaller as compared with multi-mode fiber. Cladding diameter it is having size of 125 micrometer. It is providing very large bandwidth. Light can go for very long distance, and it is mostly used for dense WDM applications. So these are the specifications of single mode fiber. If we consider the dispersion it is minimum in case of single mode fiber, because basically the dispersion occurs because of different modes are traveling with the different velocities. In case of single mode fiber, as only one mode it is propagating, there is no question of the difference in the velocities, so dispersion is minimum. but it is not supporting for multi-channel applications. If we see the multimode fiber, here more number of modes are shown which are propagating through optical fibers. It has a large core diameter. Core diameter is in the range of 50 micrometer, 62.5 micrometer and 100 micrometer. That is about the multimode fiber. Cladding diameter is 125 micrometer. Light waves are dispersed into number of paths. So as we discussed the dispersion point, the dispersion it is more in case of multimode fiber as compared with the single mode fiber. Multipath light waves are dispersed into number of paths. Multiple path of light cause signal distortion and it is suitable for shorter length like LAN. So multimode fibers can be used for short distance transmission because it is producing more dispersion, so it cannot be used for the long distance transmission. So these are two types, single mode step index fiber and multimode step index fiber. Then the next type of fiber, it is multimode graded index fiber. So in graded index fiber, as the refractive index of the core is not constant, it is maximum at center and it goes on reducing as the radial distance increases from the core axis. So because of this refractive index structure, the waves are propagating in a different way, means the mode which has to travel the maximum distance is traveling with maximum velocity. Mode which has to travel the minimum distance is traveling with the minimum velocity. That's why the waves are starting at same point as well as they are meeting at the same point. So this is the structure of graded index fiber. So because of this, the dispersion it is reduced. Then if we see the comparison between the traditional communication media and optical fiber cable, so there are some comparison points. So first is frequency. So frequency of the copper cable was around megahertz, whereas frequency of the optical fiber cables it is in terms of gigahertz. Then the speed, if we consider, that is 2 Mbps in case of copper wire, and in case of optical fiber cable the speed it is 25 megabits per second. So for copper wire it is 2 Mbps and for optical fiber cable it is 25 megabits per second. Then interference, for copper wire it was high, for optical fiber cable the interference it is low. Then distance up to what the signal can be transmitted without loss, that is 2 to 3 kilometer in case of copper wire, and in case of optical fiber cable it is 25 kilometer. Weight of the copper cable it is high and weight of the optical fiber cable it is low. So these are some of the comparison points between the traditional copper wire cable and optical fiber cable. Then optical fiber parameters we will consider. First is frequency. So frequency is nothing but we are going to study it in terms of wavelength, because as in electrical signal wave frequency is important, similarly in case of optical signal the wavelength of the light is important. Then the next parameter we are going to consider attenuation, and third it is window, means that is range of the wavelength in which the light is going to operate. And transmission challenges in the optical communication are attenuation, non-linearity and dispersion. So how the attenuation can be minimized, that is the challenge. Non-linearity in the signal transmission, that is second challenge, and third one it is the dispersion, how the dispersion can be reduced. So if we see the different types of optical fibers based on the multimode or single mode, the types of or size of optical fiber it is changing. It is 6 fiber, 12 fiber, 24 fiber, 48 fiber, 96 fiber. And standard length of optical fiber it is, that depends on based on a particular application. Then window means it is a range of wavelength where the attenuation is minimum. So there are some specific wavelengths where the attenuation it is minimum, and the wavelength ranges are 800 to 850 nanometer. That is the first window, 800 to 850 nanometer. Second window it is 1250 to 1300 nanometer, or we can say it is 0.13 micrometer. And third it is 1500 to 1550 nanometer. So third window it is in this particular range. So these three windows are there in which the attenuation it is minimum. So if we are having the application in this range, we will get the loss of the light it is minimum. So that's why if we see for many fibers, the operating wavelength range it is 0.8 micrometer to 1.55 micrometer. So there, that is again classified as first window, second window and third window. Then the next point it is attenuation. So attenuation in the optical fiber is nothing but the gradual losses in the intensity data information in optical fiber cable. So whatever are the total losses in the signal when it is transmitted through optical fiber cable, it is called as the attenuation. So attenuation that takes place because of different losses. Already we have covered the different losses in another video, but still if we have to summarize it, that are classified as absorption losses. In absorption again there are two types: intrinsic absorption, extrinsic absorption. Scattering losses, in that it is linear scattering losses, non-linear scattering losses, macro bending of optical fiber cable, and based on this the another parameter we have to consider, that is numerical aperture of optical fiber cable. So these parameters also we have to consider when we are going to design the optical fiber system. So if we see the block diagram of optical fiber system, it is like this. So first it is information source which will produce any signal which we have to transmit. So in this diagram we have considered the voice signal we have to transmit. So initially voice signal is generated, after that the transducer is used, the transducer which will convert the sound in the form of electronic signal. So transducer is converting the sound in the form of electronic signal, because the electronic signal only we can give to the optical source, and optical source can, because the optical source can accept the signal only in the form of electrical signal. So electronic, we are using the transducer which will convert the voice in the form of electrical signal. Again that electrical signal it is given to the optical source, and that optical source will convert. So in this diagram it is shown as a generalized diagram, but if we see a particular optical communication system, the blocks will be the signal. First it is given to the transducer. Transducer will convert it in the form of electrical signal. Electrical signal is given to the optical source. Optical source will convert the electrical signal in the form of equivalent light. The light is passed through fiber optic cable. Again at the receiver, the detector is used. Detector will first convert the light signal in the form of electrical signal. Then it is further processed and given to the receiver. That is the general diagram of optical communication system. Then next we are going to see the concept of splicing. So splicing is nothing but joining of two optical fibers. So in this session we are going to pick up some important revision points from initial chapters which are essential for optical fiber communication. So in that we are going to consider splicing. So splicing is nothing but it is permanent joint between two optical fibers. So there are two types of splicing, mechanical and fusion splicing. So fusion splicing, it is done by the heating, and mechanical splicing, it is achieved by applying some external pressure on the two optical fibers. So in the diagram the splicing machines are shown in which the two optical fibers are connected permanently. Then next, optical time domain reflectometer. So that is a device used to detect the distance at which the OFC it is cut. So the signal it is transmitted. So by this method OTDR is connected at one end and laser beam it is allowed to flow in the OFC. So if there is no any crack in the, so we can consider this example similar to the example of radar system. Here OTDR it is connected at one end and laser beam it is allowed to flow in the OFC and it get bounce back from the cutting point due to the change in the refractive index. So if there is no any crack or no any breakage in the optical fiber, the laser beam will transmit straightly through the optical fiber cable. If there is any break, it will come back from that particular point towards the optical time domain reflectometer. So based on that time, how much time it takes to come back, based on that time multiplied by the velocity, we can calculate the distance, at what distance the breakage it is there in the optical fiber. So this is shown here, optical time domain reflectometer. Then advantages of optical fiber cable, it is providing the large bandwidth, low loss 0.5 dB per kilometer. Because of the low loss, less number of repeaters are required. Then optical fibers are having small size and lightweight, so it is easy to handle because of small size and lightweight. It is having more safety, no electrical hazards, higher security, available long length. So optical fiber cables are available in the long length and it is universally used medium for transmission of the signal. If we see the applications, there are multiple applications of optical fiber cable in telecommunication or automation network, in junction network for long distance transmission, in case of submarine cable, high EMI areas, because as this optical fiber it is free from electromagnetic interference, we can use it in the electrical hazardous environment. So it can be used in the explosive environment, high lightning area, computer links, local area network, cable television, medical field, automobile field, military application. These are the applications of optical fiber cable. Main application of optical fiber cable, it is in telecommunications. So telecom, or it is the, in case of telecommunication, the main application of optical fiber, it is for long distance transmission, or it is in case of the transport network or telephone network. That is the main application related to the telecommunications. So improvements in the fiber. So the transport capacity of optical fiber advances by 100 times every 10 years. So these are some of the applications. And what is the rate of transmission, that is shown in the diagram. Telegraph, telephone, transatlantic optical fiber cable. So if we consider the speed improvement in optical fiber cable as compared with other medias, that is drastically high. So in this session we have seen the basic points related to optical fiber cable, how the optical fiber works, how the light is transmitted through core, it is not entering into the cladding. This process it is called as total internal reflection. Then we have seen the different types of optical fiber cable. The types of optical fiber cables are single mode optical fiber cable, multi-mode optical fiber cable, step index, graded index based on the refractive index of core. Then the different advantages of optical fiber we have considered. We have seen the comparison of optical fiber cable with the copper wire or traditional media for transmission of light. Then we have also considered the different applications of optical fiber cable. What are the improvements in optical fiber cable? How the splicing takes place. Splices means what? What is the optical time domain reflectometer working principle? All these points we have covered in this session. Okay.